come upstairs. Could you show me what's in this hole in the ground? What have you done here?
So basically,
yeah,
there were a few rotten laths going across here, and the rotten ones we drilled out, drilled holes in each side and just lifted them out, hoovered up all the stuff that was underneath so that it was nice and clear and dry, and then basically screwed 2 screws into the 2 beams, and they were connected by a wire, and then that wire was covered in this, which is fibre fix, and so that means that the wire is then connected to the ceiling, bonded to the ceiling, which is bonded to the 2 beams, so it's kind of almost hanging on the wires, but it means that it's not going to drop anymore. And so all these parts are individual laths that we've taken out and replaced.
Yeah, great. You're not going to leave a hole in the ground now, are you?
I don't think so. I'm not sure what's happening with this, but it was quite broken when we found it, because we didn't expect that to be there.
No.
But it was like a hatch, and we didn't know the use for it. But we think it's actually an old fireplace now, because we found a tiny bit of charcoal in there, and we found a hook which looked like it was used for a cooking pan, something like that.
Okay. How peculiar.
Yeah, so that's quite interesting.
In the attic of a wooden house.
Yeah. It seemed very safe.
It does look as though someone has created that square around it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
However old these floorboards are, they've it's the same age. Yeah.
So that was carried out across the whole of this floor. Well, under this floor, was it? All the way along here. Have they taken up all the boards and done it?
So we took up half at a time.
Yeah.
So we did, I believe, we took up this half first.
Yeah.
So we took up all these, put them down in the other room, and then we did all the fixings there, which was basically everywhere. And then we put these back loosely, and then did this half and did the same thing. Some parts like that's quite new.
Yeah.
There's a lot of parts on the edges that are quite new that didn't need replacing.
Oh, okay. So you think at some point someone else may have come in and done a bit of their own repair work? Perhaps?
Yeah, definitely. Maybe Richard Cadbury, maybe
Okay.
slightly earlier, maybe slightly later. But there's quite a mix.
Yeah.
But obviously those parts that have been fixed later, we didn't have to touch at all because they were still intact and none of them were rotten.
Nice. And so how challenging was it to do this work? Because there were, 3 of you up here?
Yes, 3 of us, sometimes 4 of us.
It's not very big.
No, not really. We'd have, when we was doing the hoovering and the dusting, that was quite tricky. It wasn't too bad with the amount of people here, because there'd be 2 of us doing the hoovering, and then someone would be in the other room doing something else, maybe doing a tracking drawing of the parts that we'd replaced and fixed.
Yeah.
But it was quite hard being in the attic, really hot, really dusty, bending over and trying to get all the dust up.
Yes, absolutely. Can you just show me, so this section is away from the street, this section of the room is the front of the house, where the damage to the ceiling was the most, is that right? Yeah. So can you just show me where you were working on the front part of the ceiling, because I can't quite believe you fitted in there.
Yeah, so hard to see, but this section goes, you can see there's quite a lot of fixes in there that needed replacing. Parts at the back are quite new, but that's just the very back. It looks like this area might be prone to maybe rotting or breaking, as there's other newer fixes, and we've had to fix it as well.
Yes.
So we basically put a board down, crawl in here, with all the dust suit and a fan.
Yes.
Clear all that out and do the same process.
Is that where the rubble was, where you found quite a few things?
Yeah, so in here we found the big architectural plan for I think it was a boys' school.
Oh yes, yes.
So that's where we found that, just basically laid on top.
What, just covering up pretending they couldn't see the rubble underneath it.
Yeah, it's kind of just like chucked in there, and that's where the most rubble was. It was literally like a big pile.
Good Lord.
So I think they just done the window and thrown all the rubbish in there. So I took a major weight off.
Yes.
There.
Did you actually weigh the rubble, or just? I mean, you could
not
obviously feel it when you carried it
yeah,
out. But
I could take a random guess, but it was, a good 10 kilograms a day maybe of taking with the bags, 5 kilogram bags each, maybe like 4 or 5 of those bags a day.
That's really worrying, isn't it?
Yeah. So that's definitely
really
took a burden off it.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Okay, so Adam, we're down with the ceiling now, and you were telling me that that you've worked on this for several weeks, so you must know it really, really well.
Yeah.
So what kind of discoveries have you made whilst you've been working on this ceiling?
Okay, so some of the biggest discoveries is the moulds, because the detail, you couldn't see hardly any detail when the paint was on, but as soon as you reveal that layer of paint, you can really see, like in the horse, you can see the saddles, and there's a brilliant lion over there.
Oh yeah, he's beautiful. You can see every feather of his mane there, it's just amazing.
Yeah, it's quite a range, because you've got that one that's really detailed, and then this one's kind of eroded a bit.
Yeah, it's a bit blurry. He's been on the sauce.
But you can never tell until you take the paint off, so
no.
That was quite interesting to reveal. And other than that, there's the way they actually did the plastering. You can actually see that, because there's parts where some of these circles will just like join into each other like that, and just flow, and then there's parts where they'll just kind of butt each other like that.
Oh yes, he doesn't quite.
Yeah, and it doesn't run quite so smoothly, and it doesn't seem to be a specific pattern to that. It's more just the way he decided to do it, and there as well.
Oh, I can see it's not anywhere near as fluid.
Yeah.
So do you think that's what, because that's obviously not from a mould, is it? So are they doing it freehand?
Yeah, but I think that's what it says, is they're doing it freehand, and just going with the flow, I suppose.
So is it perfectly proportioned once you start to measure it all out?
It is actually quite well proportioned, yeah.
Oh,
it does seem to be slightly, I think it seems to be slightly more spread out this side, and then it kind of like shrinks a bit here.
Okay. Oh yes, this one is quite small, isn't it? It's sort of almost oval.
Yeah, and you've got compared to that one, which is slightly larger.
Yes.
The circles are all kind of round about the same size, but it's when you get to the other parts of the moulds and the big kind of
the
U shapes.
Yeah.
That they range quite a bit, actually.
That's so interesting. I mean, it's the sort of thing that just walking into the room I wouldn't have noticed, but now you've spent so long staring at it.
Yeah.
Does it bug you that it's not quite, or does that add to the charm of it?
Yeah, I think it adds to it, because then you can actually visualise an actual human making it, rather than it just being mathematically like machine made. You can see them doing it and where they had to improvise and stuff like that. And on the other side you can see kind of where the patterns shifted.
Oh yes, show.
So this side seems to be slightly more forward compared to this side.
Oh yes.
Which, it might be because of that dip as well, but it is slightly bent, which leads to this strange shape here.
Oh, it's not square. It's yes.
Yeah, it's quite.
Now you say it.
Shape.
It's just off squint a little bit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you think the guy doing this might have been less experienced than the plasterer?
It is possible. Like the apprentice here, the other guy there.
It's not as complex a pattern as the other side, is it? It's
Yeah, it looks like what they've done is made these circles here, the big circles, those 6, and then just filled in.
Oh right, and thought, now what should I do?
Circles, yeah, just to join them up.
Yeah.
Which is why they haven't really thought about the middle shapes.
Yes.
That's why you get those strange ones.
It looks a bit like a doodle I might do. Yes. Yeah. How interesting. But do you think that the stamps are the same? Are they, as in the front part? Is it roughly the same?
It looks like it, yeah. With the crop seed or whatever that might be. The horses.
Yes, the mystery blob.
And the lions as well.
Yeah. No, it's a treat. It's a treat. So what was challenging about working in this room? Was there anything particularly difficult about it?
Some of the paint scraping was quite tricky, which is why that rose isn't picked, because the paint was so hard to get off it would pull the plaster off. Right. So sometimes you'd have to be really careful with that, and it would take quite a bit of force to actually sometimes get some of it off.
Yeah.
And also the constant looking up.
Yes.
To scrape away.
Yes. That must have been, yes. Did you feel like Michelangelo must have felt in the Sistine Chapel?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. But what's been the most enjoyable thing about this for you?
And the whole project?
Process, yeah.
Yeah, just learning the different techniques and how the whole process works. All the little discoveries we've made, and trying to, discussing what it might be and what it might not be. Like the fireplace upstairs, we thought it might have been a hatch through here at first. So it's like all the discussions about what the things could be and revealing everything.
Yeah.
It's really interesting.
Yeah, excellent. It's well done. It's really good stuff.